hate that. I basically never vlog. I basically never upload videos. I'm all by myself. Tonight, my husband's at work, and I've been taking some me time. I am making a quilted jacket for my mom. I'm so excited. She always runs cold, and she loves a good jacket. She has a denim one that she's worn literally for years. I once found the exact same denim jacket at the thrift store, just in a size larger, and her old one was getting pretty dingy, and now she has that one and she wears it all the time. I've literally never seen my mom wear another jacket. And it's very classic. I think it'd be fun to give her something that's handmade, has tons of time put into it. She has always given me the best handmade gifts. For my wedding, she gave me a handmade apron. And as a kid, she gave me so many handmade gifts that are so intricate and delicate and just like something you never ever ever want to give away. And so I'd love to give her a piece like that. I love quilting, but more than that, I love fashion. And so this is my twist on the intricate delicateness of her work that she always does, but my way. So I'm making her a pretty coat. I hope she actually wears it and isn't afraid to wear it, but I think it's something that she would keep around forever. So I'm really excited. But basically, you could probably tell, I hope you do, they're like tulips or maybe roses. To me they look like tulips, but I'm gonna basically be making tons of squares like this. These are the 4 colors that I have, and then put it all together and make a very pretty jacket slash coat for her. So I'm really excited. That's kind of what I'm working on tonight. I'm just making a buttload of the yellow ones today, and eventually I'll get around to the other colors, but I already have it all cut out, so I just need to stitch away. And it's been really fun. I don't always get to just sit and sew forever. My job has been pretty demanding lately, and when I get finished working, I just kind of, I'm like, sewing is too much effort, even though it like gives me life. It's a Monday today. I really wanted to do a lot of sewing this weekend, but I didn't get around to it. So today I said, when I'm finished working, I'm going to sew, and that's what I've been doing, and I really love it. It's filling my cup. I'm still watching YouTube. This year I put up my very first Christmas tree of my very own, and it is quite literally my pride and joy. I think she is adorable. I put so much work into thrifting the ornaments, and quite a lot of them are handmade also, and I'm very, very proud of them. And the tree, I think it's very pretty, and it's covered in tinsel, which growing up I never did, but it's totally something I'm going to do forever. It just makes the tree so sparkly and pretty. I even like wish I had put even more on there. I'm kind of like a more is more Christmas tree girl. I just want it to be an overload of Christmas, but like classic Christmas. So I love it the way it is, but if I were to change one thing, it would be to put some garland on there. I think it'd be really pretty with some garland. I either want to hand make the garland or thrift it, and I just haven't found any. The other thing I would for sure change is the tree topper. It's not awful. I got it at the thrift store. It was white. I spray painted it like a kind of brownie gold color. I don't love it though. I think it blends into the wall too much. And so that's probably something I'll change someday, but probably not this Christmas. I also, the tree skirt was just something I had lying around. Someday I would love to make a nicer one, but again, I'm kind of set on thrifting the fabric. That's just kind of who I am. But I love my tree, and it makes me so happy in this awful winter. I finished sewing all of my yellow tulips. That was fun. I felt actually so accomplished doing that because, you know, projects like that take a long time, and I just don't want to be like scrambling the rest of the month to get my Christmas gifts done. And I feel really good about it. It's 10:20 right now. Usually I would be getting ready for bed, but my husband is working and he won't be home for a little while probably. I wanted to talk about reading a little bit. In high school I used to be a really big reader. I would like get through a book in like 2 days. Usually. I was also homeschooled. I didn't really have a lot to do aside from school, and I didn't have a phone when I was in high school, so I would just read all the time or sew. But I would go through phases. Like sometimes I would sew every day for like 2 months, and then sometimes I would read every day for 2 months. So I was a really big reader in high school. When I got to college, I stopped reading just because I didn't have time, but I also had a phone. And like all my spare time, I would just like let it distract me. That's still something that I struggle with a ton, but I just did not have lots of time for reading. So I literally went 4 years and never read a book. Not even my books for school. I literally would not even read them because I just didn't want to. I would like scan the pages for answers. I would never really read them all the way. I graduated earlier this year, and I've really been wanting to get back into reading again, but it's just been hard. I don't like to buy books. I think it's because the books I like to read just always have like not aesthetic covers. Like they're cool covers, but not ones that I just would want around my house. We have a bookshelf that's honestly kind of ugly because my husband also enjoys to read, and the books he enjoys also have ugly covers mostly. Anyways, I'm not a book collector. I don't like to collect books because you also have to store them and then move them, and I've done so much moving in my life. I'm so over moving books. Anyways, all that to say, I've been avoiding reading because I didn't want to get books. So for my birthday, like over a month ago now, I got a Kindle Paperwhite. I just basically ordered it for myself. And I've been reading a lot more, probably not as much as I thought I would still, but a few times a week. I have finished one book since getting my Kindle, which is more than I've read in the last 4 years, basically. So yeah, in a month I've read one book. That's pretty good. It's been just over a month. But I've already started another book. So that's pretty good, I think. If I could do that every month, that'd be 12 books a year. That's pretty good for someone who doesn't read that much. Anyways, I really enjoy fantasy novels. That's like pretty much always been my favorite. When I was younger, like middle school, I really enjoyed books like Anne of Green Gables. I never read Little Women, but that's probably one I would have enjoyed. Kind of like, what is it called? Fictional history? Historical fiction novels? I'm not sure if that's correct, but that's the type of books I used to enjoy reading. And I probably still would, but right now, at least in my later teens and early adulthood, I enjoy fantasy novels. My favorite author for the last few years has been Marissa Meyer. She wrote the Lunar Chronicles. That's how I heard about her. She mostly writes books that are like a twist to original fairy tales. Like her whole Lunar Chronicles, each book is based off of like some of your favorite fairy tales, like Cinderella, Red Riding Hood, Rapunzel, Snow White, that sort of thing. I've also read a book of hers that's kind of based on the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland. I'm currently reading her book series that I believe is about Rumpelstiltskin. Hopefully, if you want to read it, hopefully I'm not giving it away, like, majorly. That's just what I'm suspected. It's not been, like, confirmed. But it's called... The first book is called Gilded, and the second book is called Cursed, both by Marissa Meyer. I really enjoyed the first book. It took me a little bit to actually get hooked. Like, because I love all of her books that I've read, I just kept reading it. But it wasn't like an easy hook. Like, it took me a little bit of patience. But then it was worth it. It was a really good book. And now I'm reading the second one, and I really enjoy it. I think there will be more to her series, but she hasn't come out with the books yet. I'm not totally sure. But if you like fiction, definitely check out Marissa Meyer. I love her books. She has so many more books than I realized, and it's probably because there were 4 years of my life where I wasn't reading her books, and I'm sure she came out with new books since then, many. So there's a lot of her books that I haven't read yet, and I really want to read all of her books before I start other ones. So that's kind of my goal. I've been using the Libby app to read all of the books. I'm getting into my Kindle journey. So far, I absolutely love the Kindle. It was totally worth it. I can see myself reading so much more because of it. But that's probably what I'm going to do the rest of the evening. I started my period today, so I feel awful. I have been in like constant pain, and it like has varied a lot. Like right in this morning it was okay, and then like an hour later I was literally dying, and then it was okay, and then I had to take a meeting and I was dying again, and then it was fine, and then while I was sewing just now, dying. Right now I'm like okay, but probably when I'm trying to fall asleep I'll be in like enormous pain. But my heating pad has been my best friend today. I don't know why, but like pain medicine doesn't really do that much for my periods. Like I've taken it twice today and I've still been in pain the whole time. The heating pad just like kind of soothes it a little bit. But anyways, it's just been like a low day. I've been very tired. I've needed to do so much for work. I have a lot of expectations on me right now, just because of some transition, and it has been so hard to work today just because I'm in pain. I just don't feel good. And now on top of that, just like within the last hour, I'm getting a lot of pain in my throat and my sinuses. Like it feels like I might be getting sick, which would suck so bad. I like never get sick either. I get sick like once a year maybe for the past while, but I feel like I'm getting sick. I don't know, I sometimes just get pain in my sinuses too, and then it goes away after a day, but I'm not sure. I feel like I'm getting sick. But I actually made myself a cup of tea just to soothe my throat a little bit. I just really super don't want to get sick. I'm gonna read. Maybe I'll edit this video. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.